What was that one thing that made weight loss finally work for you? Realizing it's a lifestyle change, not a diet. I meal prepped my typical amount of food, and instead of putting it in 2 containers, I spread it evenly in 4 containers. I forced myself to only eat 1 container per meal and tricked my brain into thinking it was my normal amount. Effectively cut calories by half doing this. Lost about 40 pounds in 9 months. Finding a hobby. I was binge eating because I was bored. Coming home from work to sit on the couch would make it way easier to eat like SHT. Now I just go and do something I like so I won't find distraction in eating. To reuse a response I made to a similar question. Embrace the suffering. Expect that you'll be breathing hard and uncomfortable when you're doing cardio. Expect that you'll be sore after you lift, and expect that you'll be hungry when you're restricting your intake. Once you stop focusing on not wanting to be uncomfortable, you open yourself up to all the positive feelings associated with fitness that lead to adherence and ultimately real and lasting results. Pouring snacks into little ramekins to eat them. Suddenly I ate a normal amount of snacks, not an insane amount. Realizing that it's okay to feel hungry. Fasting helped with that. Using an app to track everything I ate. I realized a lot of healthy things I was eating, in the quantities I was eating them, were a lot more calories than I thought. Just cutting down on certain foods did the trick. A movie. One night, out of boredom, I watched that sugar film. It's not a groundbreaking documentary or anything, and I wasn't even looking for motivation to be healthy. But it explains what sugar does to your body, and how food companies have hidden added sugars to foods for decades. That lit a fire. I was mad, because I'd been living with a misunderstanding that things like fruit juice or low-fat foods were healthy, when in fact they are loaded with sugars. That night, I threw out anything in my kitchen that had added sugars. Over the next week or two, my mood leveled out, and my mental health improved. And over the next 2 years I steadily lost 60 pounds. I'll never go back. Added sugar is the devil. Edit. Clarified my misunderstanding. Saw a doctor about my type 2 diabetes. I weighed over 300 pounds and also had coronary artery disease. I qualified for diabetes medication that also helps control appetite. Started tracking calories and exercising. I have lost over 100 pounds and work out 6 days a week. I no longer need diabetes medication because my blood sugar has been stable for over a year. Stress test showed perfect heart function. Life strong. Stop eating snacks. I stopped thinking of it as a diet, and more like just making small changes I could actually stick to long term. Made all the difference. Walking. Validation that I'd lost 45 pounds in 7 months by just walking every night around my neighborhood. It was free and low impact. I walked rain or shine even through snowstorms. Now I have a treadmill and walk indoors, but the feeling is still as great as it was in the beginning. My neighbor who's currently sitting next to me and started laughing. His answer was drugs. I remember when I started doing blow, I lost like 80 pounds in half a year. Please don't take his advice, smiling face with tear. I started taking the bike instead of the bus. That wasn't what made me lose weight though. I was arriving at work sweating as if it was raining outside. That motivated me to work on my cardio, and for that I started losing weight. Moving out of my parents and not having money. It still took a lot of discipline, but when you can't afford a quarter pounder every day with a large bag of Doritos, it helps.